What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode on Eastside Shenanigans channel. Today, since the Tahoe has been so popular, we're gonna go ahead and jump straight to it this week, and we're gonna be showing you how to bag the front end of this thing, and kind of show you what all you need to do, kind of what you need to take apart, and what you need to order to get it done. And we're going to show you exactly step by step on how to get it done and get everything situated in there. So let's get started, guys. Alright guys, we are in the garage. Tahoe's behind us. We're here with Little E. Lo, say what up.
What up?
Alright, let's get to this, guys. So I'm going to flip the camera around. Alright. So the other side, we're going to mimic it exactly like this, and everything that we have to do to get this done. We ordered the upper and lower A-arms from Infamous Fabworks. Metal Fab Works. They sell some great parts here. This stuff is pretty legit, guys. Got some nice parts here. As far as the bags and the whole bag system, we went with AccuAir.
Land specialty bags.
Land specialty bags on the front. The backs are going to be AccuAir, right?
No, the back is all slam specialty bags. The front and back is all slam specialty bags. It's got AccuAir compressors and tanks and valves and all that on it. But for right now, basically, we're showing you how to bag the front of any OBS truck. How you got to go about doing cutting, notching for the clearance on the bags and putting the A-arms in, and basically what you can do to make any OBS truck lay on the ground.
Alright guys, and this is OBS from 88 to 98 and sometimes 99 in the Tahoes, correct?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's jump straight to it and see what we got to do, guys. Okay everyone, we're going to be starting here on the driver's side. After you take off your brakes and spindle, then this is what you're left with, the upper and lower control arms. And now what he's going to do, he's going to start with the upper and start taking it apart. And that's a simple one bolt on this side and one bolt on that side to drop the bottom. And the same with the uppers, one on the top left and one on the top right here to take off that. Gonna pull the bolts out. And there she goes. Top is off. Alright guys, watch your feet when you do that. Wear your PPE. Wear your PPE. Alright, upper and lower is done. Now if you're asking what these are, you're thinking to yourself, man, what is this? We built braces here, here, and here to keep the car level. When you're bagging something, you want to keep it level at all times.
We don't have no fancy shop, so we got to do what we got to do to make it work in the garage.
There you go. Like I said, guys, we're just average Joes. This is not a big shop. This is literally in his garage, getting it done.
In the back. Basically, what we're trying to do is we have to notch. You have to notch this right here around the spring pocket to make room for the bag, so the bag doesn't rub, because this is bigger than the coil spring itself. So on the other side, you can see it over here. basically it's going to rub. If you put it up in there, it's going to rub and you're going to pop your bag. So basically you're just going to notch up here, around here, back down, and then up underneath. Once you get this cut out, up underneath the spring pocket, you have to cut around the back side. But once we cut this open, you'll be able to see where you got to cut on the back side. So we'll cut this out and then we can show you what the inside looks like.
There we go. We'll get some tools and be right back. All right, so to cut this out, if you guys do not have a plasma torch like we have, you can use a grinder if you like. We have this Hypotherm here. It's an awesome little unit. It cuts through damn near anything that we needed to do. It makes the job a whole lot faster. So let's go to the other side here. Now, he's got it marked off already. He's got it measured. And he's about to start getting to it. And just like that, guys, it is cut out.
Basically,
and she is cut out.
Basically, you're trying to make room for this bag to go up in there and not rub on anything. The other thing you have to cut out is this lip. This little lip around here, you have to cut back a little bit and come back around. When you do that in the back, there's going to be 2, maybe 3 layers you're going to cut through right here. After you cut all this out back here in the back, you're going to open up all these layers where they're welded. You're cutting the weld off. So you're going to have to go back and weld back across that to weld all those layers back together so you don't have problems separating later on. But basically that will cut it all open and make room for the bag to fit, so you don't have to worry about rubbing and putting a hole in the bag and being stuck on the side of the road somewhere. So finish cutting all this out.
Okay, now he's about to cut the inner layer out. Hey, get a flashlight. There we go. Okay, this is what he's about to cut out right now. Show him.
This lip right here. Basically, I got to cut it back to here. Cut along here, back to that back wall, and see that weld. That's the weld I'm talking about that I'm gonna cut out, because I'm gonna cut behind that weld, and so you just got to weld it back, but further away. You're just cutting this lip off. If not, the bag will rub that lip. Get it put in there. See, the bag right there will rub that lip. It'll rub a hole in it, and it'll put a hole in the bag.
That's no good, guys. You don't want to be stuck on the side of the road.
All right.
There we go.
I'm gonna trim this back some more, but that's where you need to weld this back together so you can
see where the two layers are split? Right there.
You gotta be able to weld that back together. If not, it's gonna separate. So I'm gonna trim it back some more, clean it all up, and once we take the frame back out of the truck, we'll grind all this smooth, paint it, because the frame's getting powder coated, so we'll grind everything smooth and paint everything and get it all powder coated later on. So we're just trying to get it all mocked up right now. Alright, and that pretty much about does it. That's going to make enough room where now your bag has plenty of room all the way around it, so you don't have to worry about rubbing it, popping a hole in the bag, and it lets the suspension cycle up and down without it hitting anything. So basically we need to clean all this up, grind it smooth, and start putting the A-arms on. But it's pretty much about that simple once you weld this back together right here. Put it all back together, clean it up. And that pretty much bags the front of a OBS Tahoe.
All right. Give us a few seconds here. We're about to go and grab the upper and lowers and gonna slap them on. Okay, everyone. We just cut out that pocket for the bag right now, and we're about to install the lower and upper of the A-arms. So let's get to it. And this is just a simple step. Put them back in the stock location and put a bolt through it. Yeah, for the most part about bagging the front end of these OBSs, they're fairly easy. After you get this notched out, then it's pretty simple after that. He's finagling it right now. There you go. And she's in. Literally, how many bag trucks do you think you've done?
About 20.
About 20 bag trucks?
Yeah. Over the years.
All in the driveway?
All in the driveway, yeah. None of them really ever get done in the garage. Most of them are outside.
Well, this one's special, huh?
This one's special. This one actually got to come inside.
So now he's putting the upper, just sliding the bolts in and putting the nuts on the back.
These are your alignments to adjust the caster camber and everything on your alignment.
And what he's talking about is this right here. So don't throw those away.
Yeah, a regular bolt ain't gonna do it. If so, you ain't gonna get no alignment.
top is done. Now he's going to slide the bag in the pocket.
And basically, the bag bolts to the bottom of the A-arm. Then you put your spindles on there. You should get this all, the alignment all adjusted. And your spindle basically fits right here. And that's pretty much what you need to do, because this is going to be able to come way up to be able to sit your truck on the ground. This truck will sit on the ground with 22s in the front. So this is basically all you need to do, and you can lay a 22-inch wheel on an OBS on the ground. Pretty simple.
And guys, these uppers and lowers are narrowed 1 inch because we wanted to tuck in real tight.
That way you can set it on the ground and drive it 1 inch off the ground and not worry about rubbing your fenders. You don't have to worry about the wheel rubbing the fender. Gives you a little extra steering room clearance so you don't burn your paint, and you can ride it as low as you want to go.
There you go. So how low are you thinking you want to ride this thing?
Low as you can go.
Show me.
1 inch off the ground is all you need.
There we go. That's what I wanted to hear. 1 inch off the ground.
Just good enough to change lanes without dragging. Other than that, that's all you need to do.
So we're pretty much buttoned up here?
Pretty much. This is, believe it or not, this A-arm is actually upside down. But you put it on the other way. But it does the same thing. It has just a little bit more kick to the front. It'll line up the spindle better. I had it on backwards. And then basically in the next video we will put the spindles on, the brakes on, or the temporary brakes on it, spindles, and we will put the wheels on it for the first time in the front. And we will have to start cutting out this firewall to make room for the wheel clearance. You can see on that side where we already kind of started before we started videoing.
Yeah, we notched this thing out. This will give you the clearance you need to lay this thing all the way on the ground and to not rub anything else. So yes, you do have to cut the firewall if you are bagging and bodying this thing.
If you're body dropping it. If you're just bagging it on a 22-inch wheel, you should be fine on a 22-inch wheel. If you go bigger than a 22-inch wheel or you body drop it, that's when you're going to have to notch the firewall and stuff to make it clear. Other than that, basically simply cutting this out and putting the bags on there will lay a 22 or smaller wheel on the ground without having any problems.
All right. And guys, just to clear it up, once we are buttoned up with everything front to back, we are going to be dropping the frame out, welding everything, and cleaning up all the welds, and then after that, powder coat.
Then the whole frame, once we get all the welds all cleaned up, finish welding the rest of this and the rest of the frame underneath, we'll grind all the edges down clean, knock all the stuff off, get the frame sandblasted, and then get it all powder coated. So then she'll start looking like a truck.
All right, I can't wait to see this thing on the ground. All right, I think we're pretty much buttoned up, huh?
That's about it. That's about all you need to do to bag a truck.
All right, everyone. We're just finishing up right now. We're going to be pumping out another video when we put the brakes and spindles on and showing y'all where to cut the firewall to make the clearance for the wheel. And that'll be in the next video. After that, we're going to start on the front and keep working our way back down to this thing. So, anything else you want to add to this?
That's it.
All right, guys. All right, everyone. Until next time, we'll gap you later.